Man, I am actually hyped for this one. Hey guys, Trife here, back again with another video. If you don't know, recently I got hit with a suggestion that I'm really fond of. It was made by none other than someone you guys might remember, the Untitled Boxer, aka Sega, a YouTuber who did style suggestions, particularly the charge style, which is the reason why we got charged in the first place, and other suggestions and reworks that were very creative, and he was just generally very underrated. Sadly, he doesn't upload as much. I think the last time he uploaded was 3 months ago, but he did a suggestion like last year during May that showed a potential way in which Tiger Style or Smash Evolution could be implemented into the game. I know out of all the evolutions people are expecting, they're most hyped for the Tiger Style, and I am too. I love Smash. It was one of my first mains. I think it went counter, then Smash, then I mained Hanslow for pretty much the rest of the time of me playing this game. But with the introduction of its Smash Evolution, I might actually look into maining Smash and, cosplaying Sendo, possibly. Maybe go on that arc, if you guys would like that. And Sendo is generally one of the most lovable characters in the Hajime no Ippo anime, and that's shown in this community. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. Smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, and join the Discord down below. If you like the suggestion, please subscribe to Sega's channel and spam his DMs telling him how goated he is and that he should come back to UBG. And of course, massive shout out to the 5 members of the Trife channel: Pool Guy Flunker, Arlaws, Lil Z, Brownoi, and Mercenary. This video is brought to you by GearUP Booster. They're the reason why I have such good ping, and of course, they're the reason why I'm so good at this game. I can't thank GearUP Booster enough. They've done a lot for this channel and for this community, as well as for my content. So please, install GearUP Booster, use their internet carriers to carry yourself to victory and become one of the best at this game. From what I recall, a big point with Sega's suggestions is that they maintain some sort of balance or maintain within the scope of the game's meta, while also being made so that it's particularly unique and introduces a new form of play that is compatible with the game's current PvP system. Now keep in mind, this was made back in, I think, May of 2024, so it doesn't include the existence of M1 feigns. However, even with that in mind, I still think that this style would work very well within the current state of the game. There might be a few adjustments that might be required with the existence of M1 feigns, especially since this style's M2s are pretty strong, but yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. The Tiger Style, Evolved Rarity. Instinct Incarnate with pride that can only be matched by a wild animal. Thrive at brutalizing your foes with your beastly strength and unpredictability. Great power and great persistence, but lacks defense. Special ability, Tiger Stance. Ultimate, Black and Blue. When it comes to your base stance or your base kit, your M1s are the same as Smash M1s. Your M2s are also the same, but they're alternating, so they come from the left and the right. Finally, same speed and same power. However, I'd like to ask right off the bat, is the end lag going to be the same? Because a big part of Smash as is that the M2 is way too easily punishable. Like, you could dodge the M2 without PD and get a free M1 punish. And in some cases, M2 punishes. It's very weird. You can still block, however, but generally speaking, it makes it so that Smash players are generally more vulnerable to attacks. Do keep in mind, however, that if you empty dodge an M2, you typically can get an M1 punish regardless. It's not consistent, but it depends on how quickly you dash. So it's not like it's unique to Smash as is as a problem, but it is pretty much guaranteed compared to other styles of this game, which is a big disadvantage. Now, for the dashes, they'll be the same except for the worst backdash in the game in terms of distance. I don't know what that means. Does that mean it's worse than Hawk's backdash? Because that means it's virtually useless. Like, literally every single star is going to be able to punish your backdash for free without fail. I do think that this statement was made back when backdashes were a lot stronger. There was no backdash distance nerf, there was no end lag nerf. Generally speaking, backdashes were very strong. That's why it's supposed to have the worst backdash in the game, because at the time, backdashes were very strong. But now, I think it's more appropriate if the backdash was the same as like Hawk's backdash. Maybe a bit better, because it's still Smash. Sendo does backdash, he doesn't like full on charge forward at every point, but he usually does. So I think its backdash should be pretty poor, but not absolutely the worst, because otherwise it will be unusable. And at that point, why even give him a backdash? Now, for the unique block this style has, called Resistant Spirit, your youth of violence has led to an innate ability to take punishment. Block has been replaced with a new one, the Enduring Guard. Instead of reducing the incoming damage majorly, but being limited by a meter, your guard is different. This guard will only slightly reduce incoming damage, but it is twice as durable vulnerable and ties into your gimmick. Don't know how, I feel like that's a really bad nerf, especially with the game as is. Yes, you deal with feints better in the sense that you're actually able to block feints, but your block isn't really a block. You just still take most of the damage, which means that this style is gonna have to work a lot harder to actually match that damage. It might have the same issue as something like Freedom, where it gets stat checked a lot, because as a fundamental stats issue where it just takes way too much damage, and its damage that it outputs can't match that. Of course, we'd have to look into the gimmick this style has and see if that's actually true. Speaking of which, we then look into the gimmick Prideful Tiger, or the Tiger Stance. You can take a beating, but you're even better at delivering one. This ability works on a meter-based system, similar to that of Chronos. By using your Enduring Guard or landing your smash punches, you fill this meter. A smash that breaks guard fills half of the meter instantly. Landing a raw smash fills it fast, but is harder to do. Landing a PD smash fills it moderately, but is easier to do. And absorbing damage from guard fills it slowly, but constantly. Once you reach a full meter, press R to activate Tiger Stance. Now for the gimmick, Tiger Stance, your true nature, free of the shackles of theory, nothing short of wild. While in this stance, you gain access to the following benefits. Your M1s deal equal damage to block as Freedom Smash mode. With Freedom Smash mode being buffed even more, this is actually insane with the damage the style has. So this might actually match the damage you take as a result of your block being nerfed. Your M2s are changed into low smashes, which can't be perfect dodged. Yo, what? Okay, sorry, I was going into this blind. What? Unpitiable slot. What, bro? Nah, you're kidding. Nah, that actually, what the? Okay, I take back what I said. You don't understand. Unpitiable low smashes, bro. We have the PD meter. We have the PD cooldown. PD's already got nerfed hard as is, with the existence of M1 feints also existing. This makes M1 feints completely safe. Do you know how insane that is? Whoa! Oh my god, the amount of M1 damage you can set up is going to be absolutely crazy. Okay, moving on. Damage taken while enduring is okay, never mind, GG's. Okay, GG's. Okay, I take back everything I said. This style just your ultimate deals 55% instead of 50%. This is what I was saying. His suggestions are peak, bro. The plot twist is absolutely insane. Oh my god. Unpitiable Smash M2s, block damage equal to Freedom Smash mode while also having Smash M1 damage. You take the least amount of damage in the entire game while blocking, at least the wording seems to imply that. Your ultimate deals 55% instead of 50%. And the caveat to all this is what? If you're countered in the state, you take a massive counter damage spike. The effect lasts for 20 seconds or until the Tiger user is okay, no. Alright, we're gonna remove that, I'm sorry. What you have to understand is that this style relies on the Tiger Stance to be good. Without it, it just gets stat checked. It needs to have that full 20 seconds, no matter what. I might be wrong. Putting this into practice, maybe it being counted would be required. But maybe make it so they have more chances, because it's very easy to get counted in this meta. Because, like, this was before M1 feints became a thing, smashes, dashes were still good, and, of course, you know, the PD meter, all the nerfs, double dashing nerfs. Like, this is a bit of an outdated caveat, because countering in this game is 10 times easier. So, yeah, remove this, or give the Tiger user more chances. Maybe if they get countered like 3 times or 4 times, maybe the effect ends. Although I think the full 20 seconds is fair. I feel like the full 20 seconds is fair, because 20 seconds, yeah, it's a long time, but it's not so long that you can't do anything against the Smash player, because you can still just outplay them outright. Even if the Smash, like their smashes, you know, just do so much damage and they're unPDable, it still is PDable on its M1s, and they're going to be using the M1s a lot because of the Freedom Smash mode. Keep in mind, nowadays, matches are going to last like 5 minutes, maybe even 10 minutes, depending on the circumstances. Usually it's 5 because it's a lot more fast-paced with the existence of M1 feints and aggression being really, really strong now. So 20 seconds in 5 minutes, you might get up to like a minute's worth of the smash ability. Generally speaking, most of the time you're not going to have it, and that means it's a rarity. It's something you have to maximize, and if they don't maximize it, they're just going to lose outright because they get stat checked. They take a crap ton of damage while your opponent doesn't take that much damage on block, and overall there's not really much they can do to outclass the opponent in terms of the style. They have to be much better than their opponent and be put in a situation similar to Freedom, despite the fact that they're the complete opposite of Freedom. Keep in mind, with the weaker dashes, it can't double dash pretty much at all. Maybe rarely if your opponent messes up its timing or the game bugs out. But overall, this is a balanced suggestion that I feel like would be very fun to use and make it sort of a risk-reward type of deal. Well, not really risk-reward, but rather maximizing a particular chance or opportunity to get the most mileage. It's a style that requires maximizing opportunities. You have an opportunity in a mode that you can maximize to turn the tide of battle and just snowball your opponent into a victory. If you don't maximize that, you lose. And that's pretty much it. As for the ultimates, the standard ultimate is the user is hit by an uppercut, which staggers them, but as the opponent attempts to land another hit, the user's eyes narrow before they land a devastating counter hook, knocking the opponent around the ring with a barrage of hooks, 50% based on the Ippo fight. I'm not sure what this means because what you're describing refers to the Sendo vs Shigeta fight. I don't remember this exactly happening, but I think he might be referring to the round 1 Ippo fight, so the first match between Sendo and Ippo. Now in the Tiger stance, the user is hit by an uppercut, which staggers them, but as the opponent attempts to land another hit, user's eyes narrow as they roar before they land a devastating counter hook, knocking the opponent around the ring with a barrage of hooks. As the opponent desperately tries to counterattack, the user crouches extremely low before landing a smash that sends the opponent skybound, 55%. He mentions it here, but this second part of the ultimate is actually based on the end of the Alfredo vs Sendo fight, so that's pretty cool because that's probably Sendo's biggest victory since he's now number 2 ranked in the world. Spoiler alert, sorry about that. But yeah, now Nsega actually shares what exactly he's going for, what he intends with this style and what he envisions. Let's see here. Sendo should have the ability to cut loose, similar to what he needed to do against Alpha and even arguably Ippo. Definitely Ippo, 100%. He definitely let loose, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Sendo's defense shouldn't be normal. He had a distinct, I get hit, but I also hit harder mindset, so he changed it up a bit. And Sendo is really bad against counters when he cuts loose, but not against normal attacks. Why I didn't just make the downsides of the Tiger stance the same as Focus. I actually disagree with this. Sendo isn't weak to counters at all. We saw this with Alfredo, we saw this with the sparring match between Sendo and Miyata, if you saw that in the manga. That happened shortly after the anime ends, I believe. Regardless, there's nothing to imply that Sendo is weak against counters, but on the contrary, he takes a lot of counters and matches that damage with his own damage. Maybe it seems like he takes a lot of damage, but it's really in the same situation or same case as in my Kursuke, for example, when he fought Itagaki. So overall, I get the intent here and I think you achieved it. However, I disagree with the notion that Sendo should be weak to counters, because he's not like Psyche, for example, where if he gets counters, he takes a lot of damage. He has a very strong build that's built around getting hit and just taking damage well. He doesn't take that much damage, and if he takes damage, he endures very well, which I see the intent here, enduring guard. Overall, I don't think the counter weakness on the mode is necessary. Maybe reduce it a bit, it shouldn't be massive, because I know something else that's massive. Anyway, yeah, overall, I suggest that we remove the counter condition where if you counter the Tiger style while he's in Tiger stance, it cuts off the mode. I don't think that's fair, because it's only 20 seconds out of like 5 minutes. And along with that, I don't think the counter weakness should be as big as you want it to be. I don't think that's necessary, since it's not really canon in the first place, because Sendo's never been weak to counters. He's been weak to just getting hit over and over again by really strong people. Overall, I like this suggestion a lot. I think it could be implemented very easily into this game by Drowning Sim if you wanted to. However, I do think there's a couple adjustments that need to be made so the style isn't too weak or doesn't have too many drawbacks that prevent it from being a good style and being put in a situation where it just gets stat checked by most of the styles in this game. And yeah, if you guys liked the video, I mentioned it in the beginning of the video, like, subscribe, and join the Discord down below. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.